Well, back here at home, many people remember the video, but few can believe the sentence. A 250-pound police officer, Anthony Abbate, was caught on tape beating a female bartender half his size. He's convicted, but he will spend no time in jail. The video outraged the world. The sentence has shocked the city.
Probation? That's ridiculous.
Anthony Abbate is the off-duty police officer shown in the video beating a female bartender half his size. He was convicted of felony battery and could have gotten 5 years, but the judge decided on 2 years probation. No jail time.
Seems like, you should get some jail time for that.
The victim, Carolina Obrica, agrees.
I'm very disappointed that Tony Abbate didn't apologize, didn't appreciate anything.
Abate's attorney says his client just acted in self-defense.
If you look at the video, he did not attack her. He reacted.
The judge's justification? Abbate had no prior record, went to rehab, didn't attack anyone again, and didn't seriously injure the bartender.
She should have died before he would get the just punishment? I don't think so.
That's a very sad day for the Chicago Police Department. I pray that it never happens again.
To be sure it doesn't happen again, one organization is going after the judge.
We intend to make sure that Judge John Fleming is never elected to the circuit court or any other position in the state of Illinois ever again.
Well, joining us now to talk about this, defense attorney Thomas Glasgow, WVON talk show host Perry Small. Thomas, I want to start with you.
Okay.
People were outraged by this sentence out there in the public, but how is the legal community reacting to it? Is it really an outrageous sentence?
It's expected. The law actually commands the judge to go forward, and the court shall impose a term of probation unless the code prohibits it, and in this case it doesn't, or if it ends up deprecating the offense, which the judge determined that it wasn't, or that it would prevent someone from doing this again, which he also specifically found that it wasn't. There's a third element which doesn't apply here, but the judge was commanded by the statute to give probation in this matter. And if it had been anyone else, they would have more than likely ended up with probation as well. No one in the legal community was really surprised that he got probation.
So, Perry, what are your listeners saying about that? Because I know the community was pretty surprised.
Oh, they're outraged, and part of the problem is that they just see it as another Chicago police officer who has gotten away with the crime against the community, and they just don't like it, and they just see it as just business as usual when it comes to Chicago cops and the justice system.
All right. Now, I have to say, Thomas, I did read in the paper this week, one legal expert from the University of Chicago says something the judge could have considered the breach of public faith and public trust. Isn't that a legitimate thing that the judge could have taken a look at and considered as well?
It is, but I think Judge Fleming took that into account when you have to understand this man's been convicted of a felony. He will never work in his chosen profession again. He can't testify in any cases. His credibility is completely shot. He's done. And at some level, the court understands that has to be punishment enough for here. There wasn't great bodily harm. She's not permanently disfigured. She was attacked. Is it outrageous? Yes, it is. Does it warrant probation? Yes, it does.
Okay, so Perry, there is the National Organization for Women that is now saying they're going to go after the judge. They're going to make sure he's never elected to the circuit court, as you just heard, and maybe any other office. Is their response appropriate to you, do you think?
I think it's appropriate in terms of public opinion. I think it's very appropriate. I think that it's going to be, people have very short memories, and maybe Judge Fleming will not be remembered when it comes up to election time.
What do you think? Do you think it's appropriate for now to go after? Because I think what they believe is that this is sort of saying that a woman being beaten doesn't necessarily mean something to the justice system. Do you think it's appropriate for them to go after him?
Well, the actions are outrageous. There's no question about that. But to punish a judge for following the dictates of the law that the legislature put in place is like punishing a doctor for diagnosing you with whatever disease that you have. He's simply following the law. He's doing his job.
Okay. Well, we'll see how it all plays out and if now really does get any traction on trying to keep him out off the bench. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.